actually have a niche to sell travel. You can just sell what you like. And that's kind of how I fell into my niche, which is autism family travel. I am certified through ICC. Yes, something like that. I have to look it up. It's got those crazy letters. It is through business something. Right there. IBCCES. So they have all different trainings. This one is the autism. So this is my niche. How this came about, I actually sell everything, but I am certified in this. So I do have a niche, but I do sell whatever comes along. How that happened was that I had been a teacher for 15 years for autistic children. And when I had left, it kind of just followed me. So I know kind of the ins and outs of that, of autism, and what they need, what would set them off, what kind of hotels that would be best. And I just kind of did it for a couple of people, and then word got out, and it just kind of organically happened that way. So that's how I got into my niche. There are so many different ones out there. But like I said, you can let it just happen. And like Jody likes her Punta Cana and that, and she knows all of those hotels, what does what. So that organically happened for her as well. She just had more people booking that way, and she runs with it, and it's working out just fine. So let's go travel types. There are so many different travel types that you can focus on. That the popular ones would be family travel. And you can, break it down into that could be your niche of like just family travel, but then you can even break it down further and just do Disney, or just do national parks or things like that. Luxury travel, that is very good with all the river cruises in Europe, and all the luxury type travel. If you were on my training the other day, if you book 5, what was it? I think it was Vacation Express. If you book 5 private charter flights, you get yours for free after 5. So you have luxury travel. There's an incentive for you. There's adventure travel. Cindy and Tina do so many cruises, so they are specialized in cruises, although they do other things as well. But they also are certified, like I'm certified in autism, they're certified in their cruising, where they went through all the CLIA training and got their certifications on different things that would help them book. Honeymoon and romantic getaways. You can specialize in weddings, and encompassing weddings, your honeymoons and things like that. Your bachelorette parties, your you know, getaways for bachelor parties, things like that. Melissa Catone is very good with her wedding business. She does great things with all that, and she's got some knowledge. So if you ever need anything, she's one of our teammates that is very good with travel. We can do solo trips, group travel, budget travel, wellness and spa, and destination weddings. So you can kind of group your destination weddings in there, in your honeymoon or whatever. Your wellness and spas, just read up on who's got great spas. Arizona does. I'm sure there's some in Europe and things like that. So those are the popular ones. And you can specialize in any of those. And again, when you specialize, you want something that you like. You don't want to go, oh my God, I hate bridezillas, but I'm a destination wedding, you know, specialist. Well, that's really not going to work when you're not really happy with what you're doing and having to deal with people that you don't want to deal with or whatever. So always pick something that appeals to you, that you know about, that you like. That is the key right there. Destination, you can do destination based niches, like Disney vacations. That's basically, I picked that right from the get-go. I was going to be a Disney vacation specialist. Granted, I still am. We just came back from Disney. So I do live here in Florida, so that's we go there quite often. And you know, I know what's there. I think I've stayed in almost every hotel, except maybe two. So I know Disney and I can sell Disney with, you know, some knowledge. European cruise, river cruises, African safaris. I don't like African safaris, so I am not a good, that's not a good one for me. I don't like bugs. I don't like spiders. I don't want any animals slobbering on me. So it all depends on you, what you like, what you're happy with, what you're knowledgeable in. The all-inclusives, that's Jody's baby right there. She loves all-inclusive resorts and she can sell them. Asia cultural tours. So those are just kind of destination. You can pick any, you know, you can be just a European travel consultant, or you can be, you can even narrow it down to just, you know, Paris or whatever you want to narrow it down to. If you have a great client base, then you can do that. So you can pick whichever you'd like. All right, these are the special interests. These are kind of fun. My autism friendly or special needs travel. I can do either or. I know where the good places for hotels or know where to find them for handicapped accessible things. Just in case anybody needs anything. Patrice has a Monday Zoom at, I don't remember what, it's at 4 o'clock Eastern. That's all I remember. I don't remember what the Pacific time was. You guys can figure that out. She has a great call then. I host that on occasion as well. We've got some great topics. Last Monday was Lego, the last 2 Mondays. Legoland in California was first, and then last Monday I did Legoland in Orlando and what they have and where to find all that great stuff. They have a map that actually has where the sensory things would be, and it's just a great thing. So if you ever need anything, let me know and I'll throw it out there for you. Ecotourism, sustainable travel. There are so many culinary or wine tourism. There's faith-based travel. You can always oh, I can't remember what the vendor is for that. But there definitely is some faith-based travel. I think Globus, I think, is one of the ones that have the faith-based travel. You can, target churches and different things like that. Bring a brochure if you have it. Make sure your card's attached and just say, hey, if the church is going to, go to the Vatican, or if, any of your priests need to go, are going to Rome, I would love to help out, blah, blah, blah. So, that's a good way to get some business as well. Is to just, reach out to your BDM and ask if they don't have, a lot of things are now printable and not brochures anymore or little books. But if you call any of the BDMs, I know Wendy Wu Travel, she said I can call her anytime and just tell her I'm going to an expo and I need XYZ. I need the book for Asia. I need the book for, whatever. So you can always definitely do that. Culture, heritage travel. There is, don't think it's Brendan Travel, but if you Google family heritage travel, it will show up. Can't remember who this was, but I thought this was so cool that they will actually put a package together for your client based on their lineage. So if your client knows that their grandparents came from Germany, they will go ahead and ask you, the travel agent, where exactly do they want to go, what do they want to see, and they will put a package together for that client, for their lineage, which I just thought that was very cool. I was like, oh, I kind of want to do something like that. Then we have LGBTQ travel and pet friendly travel. I've done a TikTok on that for Disney where I actually went to the Disney kennel, and that was quite cool that I found out that they, if there's a therapy dog and they just don't want to take it that day, or for some reason they can't take it because of like the animal kingdom, you can't bring your service animal in, you can go to their kennel and board the puppy for a day or whatever for your whole trip. It is very interesting there because there's actually a camera towards the floor, And if you buy the certain package, and these packages range all the way up to like $800, and it was crazy. They have a camera mounted into the wall towards the floor that the puppy can like call you. You can call the puppy and the puppy can see you on screen. You can see the puppy on screen. You can talk to the puppy. It's crazy. There is a TV, a little cot type looking bed. The TV plays Disney cartoons, and it's just very funny. I'll see if I can put that on my YouTube channel and you guys can see that. It's just very funny. Photography tours. You can specialize in, that. Sporting events, event travel. That is something that you can specialize in as well. And for networking, okay, so the demographic based niches as well are very popular. The travel for retirees 50 plus, that I actually have that put into my special needs group per se. I went to a expo that was 50 plus, and I thought that was actually a really good expo for me, because some of these, older people just don't want to get into Expedia and try to do their own. So, hey, why not? I can do it for you. Student and gap year travel, graduation, like that kind of a thing. That was, everybody seemed to have a trip or a cruise for somebody graduating college, somebody graduating high school. Those are always good to advertise on your social to get those as well if you want to niche on that. Women's only travel groups, there are quite a few on Facebook that has the women only travel groups. A lot of them you can't advertise in, but they're out there, that you can kind of, I think it's great. I have a couple of videos on that as well. Millennial travel, corporate business travel. So now we are going to go over here. Like the hobbies, like there's the cooking tours, the bike tours, all sorts of different niches that you can do. All right, so this is the niche worksheet. You can print it out, you can just write it on a piece of paper, or just listen to me, whatever you'd like. It basically says, get your juices flowing by creating a list of what you're interested in, along with people and groups in your network. So you can, whoever, if you go to a hairdresser's or a place like that, and they like to always go to Paris, you can write that down. Just, hey, I need to get this guy's address or email address, and reach out to him or her. All right, so if you have any hobbies, Say you like cooking, you write that down. Say you love to go hiking, write that down. Any kind of hobbies. What are you passionate about? It says politics, games. I think it says games. I can't even read this. Oh, that says gymnastics. That's way off. Let's see. What do you have an in-depth knowledge of? Oh, wines, gardening, fishing, um, maritime history. What are you good at? Are you good at cooking, stand-up comedy, building rockets? What do you do in your free time? Write, read, look at wedding magazines, genealogy. So once you write that down, circle your top 3 hobbies. Okay, and then we'll move over to destinations. And of the places that you've been, what's your favorite? So you can write that down. And this is just something for you, something just to get you glowing. Hello, I heard a ding dong. Welcome.
Hello.
Hi. We are just looking through niches and doing this cute little worksheet. It's just hobbies. Write down your hobbies, what you like. We are on destinations at the moment. So what places do you are you dying to see? What's on your bucket list? What do you want to do? Where would you want to go? So write down a couple of those there and circle your top 3 in that category. On to types of, yeah.
Are you gonna post this in chat?
Oh yeah, I could do that. Well, this is my whole, yeah, let me see what I can do. This is on my canvas, so I don't really.
It's just a share. You copy the share and then you post it in Zoom.
It's not going to go to my, okay. I have a copy. Let's see. Richard, look at this. See what you think I should do here. Template link. Let's see. Guess I'll download it and then go from there because there's no real share type on my Canva. So I'm going straight from Canva, not from. So I will try to do this PowerPoint. All right, let's see. All right, let me see what we can do here. And then I will get it in the chat. Set that on the side. Link. All right, hopefully that'll work. I hope, I'm not sure. All right, so types of travel. Is there any particular demographic that you want to sell to? What, and it does say that, and let's see, what price tag would you feel comfortable selling? I don't really have a price tag. If they want to spend, you know, 50,000, hey, go right ahead. So, but if you're not comfortable dealing with that type of a client, then, you know, make sure that you write it, you know, what you are comfortable doing. Are you comfortable just doing, you know, family travel, which would normally have a lower price point than someone who's in their 60s, retired, and using their, you know, savings or something, or their, you know, 401k or whatever they have. So you would have to kind of decide what works for you, and then circle those three. And then the last one, what business networks do you belong to? What events have you attended recently? A meeting, dog training class. Does that say tweet up? I don't know what that says. It's a little blurry. What are the common hobbies of your friends, your friend groups? What groups do you belong to? Like a ski club, a Bible study, cancer support group. That would be your network and who you know, interact with. What I am trying to do now is go to, in Florida, we have the over 50 kind of communities, that you have to be over 55 to buy a house in that community. So I'm trying to get with like the activities type person that is involved there in that community, and talk to them and see if I can, you know, bring brochures over, you know, one night and do like a little talk in their little community center or whatever. I thought that would be kind of good. I've heard that there is a place here that they actually have a travel group, and there's like 60 people in it. And it's from that one community, and they get together like once a month and either plan something or talk about where they want to go or something like that. And I thought, hey, if I can get into that, that would be something good. And that might work. So, this is the possibilities that we narrowed down. So you take your 3 hobbies and destinations that you circled and write each in its own green box. Each box is a possibility of the niche that you could jump on. And then, so there's your 3 boxes there. And your 3 boxes there. And the types of travel, the networking, whatever makes sense for each niche. Let's see. Fill in the destination, hobby, types of travel, and network that makes sense for each niche. Draw on page 1 for one you already written down, but don't be afraid to add new items. All right. That's it. Now you have some visible niche options for your travel agency. When making the final decision, keep in mind that a good niche typically has fewer destinations and types of travel that makes it easier for you to focus and become an expert. Also makes a lot of networks interested, which equates to large potential client base. So again, that was in the chat, and just different things that you can base your business from. And again, it doesn't matter, you don't have to have a niche. That you can just do whatever you want. This was just something if you wanted to narrow down your possibilities. Like I said, it is your own business. You can do whatever, you know, whatever works for you, and whatever works for your business is and how you want to run your business. So that is what I have. Let me stop recording.